Hi friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. Today is Monday, January 26th. Yes. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long 2 weeks. So I was not intending to be gone for this long. The first week, I didn't really have a lot to show because a lot of my week was spent knitting and I didn't really have any progress on my cross stitch. And so then I fully intended to come back last Monday, and as you can hear, me and my family, well, my husband did it, me and the 3 kids, we all got sick. So we all had the flu. Everyone luckily was, excuse me, was pretty tired, so we just sat around, watched TV, didn't eat food. I guess we were sick. But I did get a lot of cross stitching done. I haven't finished a show. I am almost finished on my Night Lights shawl. And I have a lot of haul. So I have lots of things to show today. I'm going to try to do the same, break it into segments. But everyone today went back to school. Everyone is doing well. We still have a little congestion, but the doctor said that that's just gonna go away when it goes away. So, feeling so much better, have lots of stuff to do between now and when I leave for my retreat in Colorado on the 5th of February, which I cannot believe it is going to be February this weekend. It is crazy. So losing a whole week of January to being sick, the month was going by kind of fairly fast, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's February. So, but like I said, I have a lot to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and we will see where the episode takes us. Oh, the other reason why, which I'll show a photo of this in a few minutes, I didn't come back 2 weeks ago, was because I had finished my Churn Dash quilt. And that has since been mailed off to Lori Millsap, who is Valentine Quilting, to be quilted. And so that was also why, because 2 days I spent sewing. And so I didn't really have a lot of progress on other things. All right, so I have a kind of an eclectic grouping of things. So the first thing, this was my big finish. And this was my Blessing sampler, which was Sweetheart Delivery from the Walker Sisters book, and I was doing this piece. And over the weekend, I think it was on Thursday and Friday, I just decided I am close to being done. I'm just going to pick this up, work on it till it's finished, and then I will be done. So I have a finished Blessing sampler. I only have this big board, so it's kind of hard to get closer. But I used all of the called for colors. This is 36 count cream and sugar from Fiber on a Whim. The called for was Abecedarian by R&R. I did not have that. I do really like it on cream and sugar. I feel like the colors really pop. And then I ended up putting our last name and then our anniversary. So our anniversary is coming up, and I thought, well, we don't have anything with our anniversary on it, and I felt like that this would be the perfect piece. So I used the alphabet from the chart and kind of just winged it. I started with our last name over on the far side and went in, and then for the date I went from the side in, just to try to get the spacing, because I already threw the chart on the ground. She has where it's like the first letter is a regular cross stitch, and then the rest of the name is all like over one, and I didn't want to do any over one, so I just did it like that. But I love this. I cannot wait to get it framed. I do not know if I'm going to have time to do that before I go out of town, and if I don't, then I will do it when I come back. So a few other things, and I'm just putting these on my table, and then when I have time to finish, which I am going to do some sewing because I wanted to make project bags for my table gifts. So when I'm doing that, I might fully finish these, but I just wanted to show them again because I had them all pressed and I uncovered some I forgot were over there. So the first one is, this is a married gentleman, and I finished this at Christmas. And so this is going to be turned into a pillow. And this is by Plum Street Samplers. It's on the called for fabric with all of the called for floss, except I did use, it either called for, I think it called for 612 and I used 611 on like the outline of his coat. But I love that, and so that will be turned into a pillow. I also found in my basket of things to finish, this was one of the charts I finished last year as well. This is Hello Summer from Brenda Gervais, and this needs to be turned into a pillow. And I also need to do the other 2 pillows that in this series, or in this set. And I haven't done any of the other ones that were in this series. So here's a little bit closer up. But that's all the called for colors. And this linen is, I want to say it's the called for, which it was a Cedar River, I think. I don't really remember. All right, the next one I found, and I don't know what linen this is. You could go back to a previous video to see. This is one of the Blackbird Garden Club series. And I don't remember if I used the called for or not, but this needs to be turned into a pillow. I think that's the first one in the series, maybe. This was part of a retreat piece. It's a long, skinny bell pull, or it could be 2 pillows that I had gotten from the Hobby House retreat, and I decided I didn't want to stitch the rest of it. So I just have this little part. I do want to finish this into a little pillow to either go in a stitching tray, a stitching case, or to put in my patriotic display. So I just stopped there. Then this is from the Sarah's House booklet. This is Blackbird Designs. This design is out of print, and I stitched this little pin pillow, and I'm going to finish this into a pillow. And then this is the last one, which I have the actual wooden piece from Chantel's 141. I've stitched this. I finished it right after market last year, and then I never fully finished it. So before I put out my spring decor, I am going to finish this year. This is Hop into Spring by With Thy Needle and Thread. It is the called for colors on the called for fabric, which I believe is 36 count pyrite by Cedar River. So cute. So I am going to finish this on the Chantel 141 board, and I have all of this stuff. I have it painted. I just haven't fully finished it. So that's also on my list. So I found those when I was kind of cleaning up a little bit. So those will be to fully finish. Okay. The next thing I want to show is some other cross stitch ideas I have / I think I only have like one piece of cross stitch haul. A couple things I'll show. Okay, let me put this down here. So I don't know what this is either. We'll see. I just like put stuff on my table, and then when it's time to record, I sometimes don't even remember what I have. All right, so after I finished the blessing sampler, then, in the meantime, I did start working on something. So let me show that first, actually. I forgot about this. I did start, and I don't think I showed this last time. I did start on this. This is, it's not in print. If you were in the Orange Coast Sampler Guild, you would have this, or sometimes you can find it on the secondary market. It's called Summer Garden Sewing Roll and Needle Book by Stacy Nash. It's very cute. I hunted and hunted and hunted for this. Finally found it. And I have wanted to start this. And then whenever I kind of had, my year is definitely different. And I'm saying that in that since I'm knitting, I'm kind of trying to split my time between cross stitching and knitting. I have a lot of cross stitch pieces, and not that I'm going to stop cross stitching, because by no means am I stopping, but I feel like my mindset has kind of changed, where some of the things that I was trying to get things done for displays and to have out, I obviously still want to continue to stitch those things, but then also I've been looking at some of these other pieces that I've wanted to do, but they're going to go in my sewing bag, or they're not necessarily going to be out for everyone to see, and I've really been drawn to wanting to stitch some of those. So that's how I got motivated to work on this. So this is on the called for fabric, which is 36 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works. I'm using all of the called for threads, and this is how far I got. So I think I would like to pull this back out this week. I'll show you some of the other choices that I pulled. I'm not in a hurry to get this done, but I would like to work on it some more. And we'll see how much I get done. It could be a project that I take with me on my to the retreat. So that was the other thing I worked on. Then I purchased this from Primrose Cottage. This was a PDF. Love You Always. I did not start it yet, but it's in my pile of maybe starts. Because then I started kind of feeling like Valentine's, or not winter, but like kind of, well, one of them is winter, but it's a pink house. So I also pulled this out. This is My Dear Hearts from Blackbird, and I have the kit to make this red pillow from number 12 Stitch Co. But I would also like to do the front piece. So I pulled that as a possibility. So we'll see about that. And I just pulled a few things out that I'm interested in working on, and then we'll see what I decide to work on. But it felt really good to get the blessing sampler done. I also would like to get back to Floral Motif Sampler, but it's on 40 count, and so I was having headaches and things like that, and with my cold, and so I didn't really want to be working on 40 count. I also don't really want to take 40 count to the retreat with me, so I'm thinking about trying to start something prior to going so that I have something I know I want to work on, and then if I kind of am feeling like I might want to work on the projects we get there, so we'll see. I also pulled this out as some possibilities. This is Valentine Sampler by Brenda Gervais, and it has a few different designs on it, so maybe one of those. I also, a friend had given this to me. This is Sweetwater Sampler by Blackbird. This is out of print, but I thought this would be a fun piece to work on. It's very simple. I might do it in one color, or I might choose some different pinks and reds and kind of do it multicolor. We'll see. They did it all with brown bindi. No, that's the linen color. 3011 is what it's stitched in. I will do it in either red or reds and pinks. We'll see. But I'd like to stitch that because I've had that for a little while. And then the other piece, which I don't know if I will get this restarted this year or not. A friend of mine is giving me a piece of linen. She's stitching this on the linen. It's, I think that it's 40 count pampas grass from Color and Cotton. Hers looks amazing, and so she had enough to give me part of her piece of linen. And so I want to restart Winter Rose Manor. When I started this, I had like very little, not very much, and so I did not feel bad getting rid of that and restarting it. This is a piece I would love to have done to hang with my Light of Winter or to put out for a decent amount of time because the house is pink and it's wintry, but it's also could be every day, and it goes with a lot of my other pieces. So I would like to, if I don't start this at the beginning of this year, I might try to put it in later in the year to work on. And I have the called for colors, so I'd like to get that going again. So that's why I had pulled that out. And then the other couple things I pulled as possibilities, these are not things I have started, they're just possibilities to pick from, is I pulled out my garden house from Plum Street. And this is what it looks like if you do it all like flat, not as a drum, which I'm kind of thinking I might want to have it framed like that. It's really pretty. So I have the called for colors, and I was thinking about doing it on Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And this is the called for fabric, but I like this Brown Sugar better. So I have that in a bag as a possibility. And then I have this one I had pulled. This I have kitted. This is Strawberry Cottage and Sewing Roll. I believe you can buy this from Cowslip in England. This is another Stacy Nash. I was kind of feeling like wanting spring / pinks and bright and cheery. It's not snowing here, obviously. I'm in Florida, but it is today. It's really rainy and dreary, and it's supposed to be cold the next couple days. So I just, after finishing the Blessing sampler, I just wanted some bright and cheery, and I thought that would be fun. So these colors are very pretty. The fabric is very pretty, and so this is a very high contender. So I have that. And the last piece I pulled, oh, actually I have two more pieces. Okay, this one, I don't know if I'm going to get this going again right now, but it is a favorite, and I thought it was a fun spring piece. And this is Manor at Quaker Hill by With Thy Needle and Thread. So pretty much the moral to my story of what I'm working on is there's no rules. I'm working on whatever I want, whenever I want, and whatever gets done, gets done. My main goal was to get the Blessing sampler done, which that was done. My next goal is to get Floral Motif sampler done. It will get done eventually. It will get done this year. So I still have until December. But then the rest in between, whatever sounds good is what I'm doing. And it's really been motivating me to want to pick up my stitching again, because knitting kind of started taking over, which I don't mind, but I was missing stitching. And so just kind of going through my stuff and finding patterns and things like that has been really fun. So this I started last year, I think. This is on 36 count. It's a Live and Die LA buttermilk. And I have all the called for colors. It's so pretty. It's very big. So I don't know if I will take this with me, but I got it out because of the spring colors. I think it's really pretty. So that's another contender. And one more I pulled out. And so that was a whip. And that's the other thing is I am going back into my whips, or as I see people working on things, I might pull stuff out. But then I'm also not like worried, or, which I never really have been. But if I want to start stuff, I'm just starting it. And it is what it is. So I'm not really worried about the whips I have. And if I want to get back to them, I'll get back to them. So this was another one that I have a lot done. Humming of the Bees. And I saw some people working on this. And so I thought I'd pull this out. This is what I was thinking about taking to the retreat with me, because I could get it to a place that would be a good to take to the retreat. And let me put this on here because I have kind of a lot done. And this is on, probably do not have the fabric little thing. It's a Picture This Plus. It might be, let me see what it's not the called for. Let me see. Okay. The called for is Velt. I want to say this is doubloon, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's where I am on here. So I have the whole border done. And when I was working on it last, I was working on, I have the whole outline of the border where I have to go put in these little green things and the flowers. I was working on the house the last time I had picked this up. So it would easily, I could get some more of the house in. I could fill that in while I was there. I could fill the flowers in. There's some things on the side I could work on easily. So, but then I ordered this, and it hasn't come yet, but I was in kind of because after I finished the Blackbird, I was in a Plum Street mood. And so I was asking a friend, an idea of something to work on. And she asked if I had ever stitched Sweetheart Hill, which I saw on the Sable Stitchers. Roberta has stitched it. It's a lot of fill-in, which is not my favorite, but the piece is beautiful. So I did go ahead. I also didn't own the chart, which is very surprising because I have a lot of charts. But I went on 1-2-3 Stitch and I ordered it. And so when that comes, if that comes before the retreat, that is what I will probably take with me. And then maybe one of another smaller piece. But we'll see. I have another week. So next Monday, I will more than likely talk about what I'm going to take to the retreat with me. So one more cross stitch piece I have acquired is I did get this from Julie Just Sews, who is Holly Mrs. Jones Stitches. It's her mom. And so she had a Valentine's Day drop, and she had this little needle book, which I got. I love this fabric so much. And then I got one of her Valentine's cases, and I am trying to pare down my project bags, but I just could not resist. This fabric is so cute. And I felt like if I got this, it would kind of get me motivated to stitch Valentines. So I'm going to put my Sweetheart Hill in here when it comes. So I was excited to get that. Excuse me. So that is my cross stitch I have done. Next, I am going to share my quilt. So I will put a picture here of my finished, go this way, of my finished churn dash quilt. I used the Sewing Bird fabric from Laundry Basket Quilts. I did skip, I think I needed to do another 5 blocks to make it one more row, and I decided to just stop. I was done sewing and it was big enough for me. So I am having that quilted by Lori with Island Time Quilting. I also wanted to show, I found this and my husband was going through one of the closets upstairs and he found this box, and in the box had a quilt in it, or a quilt top. This is the first quilt I ever quilted, or I ever pieced, and it's what when I went to the store that doesn't exist anymore, but it was right across the street from my house, and they had sewing machines, and then they had moved to Lake Mary, and now the store is closed because the owners moved to Tennessee. But I bought this as a kit, or I bought the pattern, and then they had kits. I want to say that the pattern is called Take 5, and I have made this pattern for a quilt for my son as well, but I don't know if I would necessarily pick this fabric now, but this is what I picked when I did it, and this is the top that I quilted. And so it is supposed to have some borders. And I didn't, oh, this is just a crease from where it was folded. I did not put the borders on. I do have the fabric to do the borders, or this might be the backing fabric. I don't know. I think that was the backing. This is maybe for the border, and there's a brown that was for the other border. I think that's what it was. So I don't know if I'll put the borders on, or I might just send this to Lori and see if she can quilt it and maybe put, if this is big enough. It's a fun print. And this is from Amy Butler. Daisy Chain was the, I don't know if it has a date, but, so this was the backing. I don't even remember when this was. I was in high school. So we'll see, but I wanted to share that because I came across that. So I'll probably send that to her to get quilted. And then I also, I found, which I was, after I finished piecing the, excuse me, after I finished piecing the churn dash, my back was hurting so bad, and I did not want to piece anything else. But I do have the Ultimate Beginner quilt that was by Fat Quarter Shop. I do have that almost done, and so I need to put borders on that, and then that can get quilted. So I might try to put borders on both of them and then send that to Lori, but more update on that. And she also said, I said whenever, I don't have a time, that sometime in the next couple weeks, I should be getting back my churn dash quilt. So when I get that, I will share it with you. But I'm really excited to get that back. So that is my quilting update. Now I'm going to share a knitting update. And if knitting is not your thing, I'll have the timestamps and you can fast forward to the giveaway part. because I'm going to share some haul, and then I'll do the giveaways at the end. All right, so this is almost done. I tried to stay up as late as I could last night, but I just couldn't stay up any later. This is the Night Lights shawl by Andrea Mowry. My pattern is it's nice and crinkled. And I am to the last, I'm on the finishing off part. So I think I have like 10 more rows or something to get it to all come off. But let me show you. The cords are down here. This is my, and I need to weave the ends in and block it, but this is my shawl, and so I'm so excited. I cannot wait to wear this. I need to get it washed, so hopefully the ends will not roll like they are, but I'm attached to a cord. I am all ready for Colorado. So I am so excited. Hopefully when I block this, like I said, the ends will not be rolling. And then I can do it like that. I can tie this. But it's really warm and cozy. And so I'm so excited. And the, let me take this off before I mess something up. The yarn I used was, this is now to the end, but this was Junction Fiber Mill. Making Tracks Light in the color Zinnia. So Junction Fiber Mill Making Tracks Light Zinnia. And I held this with Teddy Surrey from, this is Teddy Silk from, or Teddy Surrey Mohair from Emma's Yarn. So I held that with the Junction Fiber Mill. And then my lighter pink color is A Little Bit Bougie by, in Swanky DK by Magpie Fiber. So I'm very happy with that. I feel like it'll be a good neutral. And yeah, so I'm really excited. That will be, I have made one hat for my daughter, and then this will be my second finished knitting project. And I could not be happier. And it's been housed in my redesigned bag that I purchased from Simply Stitching Ocala, my friend Jody, and it fits lots of stuff in here. So I have that, and I was very excited about that. I also worked on a couple things. Let me show you that. The other things I worked on is I did decide to cast this on one night when we were sick, is the Sophie Scarf by Petite Knit. And I'm using Double Sunday in the color Blue Night. And so it's a really pretty blue. I just have a teeny tiny start. But this is a very easy pattern to follow. It's just garter back and forth. And so, or just knit stitch back and forth. And with an I-cord edge. So I'll get back to that, and that should be easy. I don't know if I'm going to wear this around my neck, or I will use this to tie on a bag. So that, my thought was to kind of use it to tie on a bag. I also decided to start a jaunty, and this was part of my haul. I am definitely in the, I love my neutrals, but I also have been drawn to some brighter colors. I thought it would be fun to have some brighter things that I could work on when it was raining or cold or whatever, and kind of in preparation for spring. And I know I won't wear a lot of shawl type of things in the spring, but it's just something bright to throw on to add some color. So I did purchase this, which is called Dark Side from Spin Cycle. This is dyed in the wool. It's a sport weight. It's very thin and squishy. And so I felt like this would be a good yarn to use for another jaunty. It would be light and airy, and it would be a fun pop of color when I wanted to just wear a white shirt and jeans, and then I could put this on with it. And so I did start that. And all I have so far, and these need some stoppers on the end, is I got this far. And I forgot how much I love this pattern. And this is the Jaunty. I don't think I have the cover. Jaunty by Andrea Mowry, and the pattern is half fisherman's rib. It's very fun and easy to memorize what you're doing once you get the hang of it. And so I'm excited to get to some of there's like some bright pink and purple in here, and I'm excited to get to that, which I should be coming up soon in my repeat here. But I just thought that was a fun thing to have going, so I got that started. And then this is also in the same, this was already started, and this has the same stitch, the half fisherman's rib. And this is, if you can't tell, I really like Andrea Mowry's patterns. This is the Inclinations cowl. And I had previously started this in some colors that are from, they're special to La Merciere. And this is how far I have gotten. I want to say it's, I'll look up the colors. It's like November Air and Pale September, I think. Very pretty. You're alternating them, and so you're getting that color variation. There is a little mess up here, but that's going to be hidden when I wear it. And this is the colors. So this is what's in this Spin Cycle ball. And then in the other one is like these colors. So kind of pinks and blues. And I was definitely, after I worked on my blessing sampler, I was in the mood for Valentine's Day, pinks, blues, things like that. So that's where that all came to be. And I have it in this bag I purchased from Lamb and Kid. And this is another one of the Apolis bags. I have another one that has my Sweetwater Stitcher on it. I love this bag. Okay, so that is all of what I worked on. And then some knitting haul that I got is I did get the Sock Obsession book from Summer Lee. I haven't looked through this, but Summer Lee does do on her channel, she does a show and tell a couple videos ago where she shows every single sock from this book. But in this book, it's a lot more stories and things like that. So I'm really interested to, look through this some more. So I did get that. I also got I'm in the Magpie Society, which is their yarn club, I guess you could say. It's every other month, and you can choose, there's two choices of yarn. There's a speckled and a variegated, and you get to choose which one, if you want 2 of the same or you want 1 of each. And then you can also buy additional skeins. So I still don't know what I'm going to make with this, but I have bought additional skeins and whatever. This is the color that I chose. This was the speckled. So here it is like this, and then here it is caked up. And I was going to do a jaunty. I might still do one. This yarn it's in the Swanky DK base, which is super, super soft. That's what the light color in my night lights is. However, it's like very close in color to my night lights. And so I was trying to branch out and have some different colors going. So that's why I didn't start it. I considered doing this also. This is the Sophie Shawl by Petite Knit. I still want to cast this on, but I don't know what I want to use to make it yet. Some more of my yarn haul is I did purchase, I don't think I showed this. This was I got the kit, I guess it's for the Sophie hood. I'm not going to make the hood, but I would like to make the shawl, so I might go ahead and start this in it. This was a it's called Very Cherry. It was a special color that they dyed. I don't think they have it available anymore, but maybe they'll bring it back. It's a twist of a red and a pink. Super, super pretty. That's great Valentine's Day. And then when I was ordering that, I have been wanting to get this, and I wanted to have it at Christmas time to make something. I never got it. So I just ended up deciding to get it. And this is Red Hots by Junction Fiber Mill. But the color is really, really pretty. It's really hard to get the right color on here. It's very red. It's really pretty though. So I would like to do something maybe at Christmas time in this. I got 2 of these. And then this one, I think there was 4 of them, and that's enough to make the Sophie hood or the Sophie shawl. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use this and make that. When I'm going to start that, I don't know. Haven't got that far. All right, what is this? Oh, okay. I'll do that in a minute. This was from the Frankie Fibers, which is one of the sisters from the Grocery Girls. Her and her daughter dye this yarn, and this is for a hat. So I had gotten this. This came from Canada. I don't even know what the colors. Let's see. It's for the Wild Rose hat, Velvet Rose and Stone. So I'm just keeping this together to when I want to cast a hat on. So I have that going. I have lots of projects going. So if that stresses you out, this would not be the part to watch. Okay. Then from the Knitted Butterfly, I love all of her things. So she had, and I don't think this is available now either, but I'm going to show it just so you can keep your eye out. She's starting to dye yarn. Her name is Jessica. And so she had this kit. It was called Dark Chocolate Covered Cherry Mini Set. And it came with 5 skeins that she dyed. They're all DK. And it came with this chocolate little charm. I also purchased from her, and some of the things I've already started using. This is her, I think, winter stitch markers. And then these were on sale, and so I got, oops, there's little things everywhere. These are needle stoppers. And then these little needle stoppers. And I also had bought her birthday box, which it was her birthday. And so in her birthday box, she had these stitch markers. She had this from Hummingbird Yarn. It's called Confetti. And this is, I think this is DK. Yeah. And there was a chocolate bar, which I've already eaten, and some soap. So I have that. I also am getting her a monthly subscription box. And so this was this month's. It is the January Bloom box, Blue Paella. And so here is the thing. And so in the box from this month, there was this little dish. Blue. So everything was blue. The yarn that the dyer she partnered with is Fiber MacGyver, and this is Blue Pua Merino Twist Mini. Super pretty. She has a double donut peppermint patty hot chocolate. There is a sticker and these blue stitch stoppers. So everything was blue. And then inside of her box, she always has this beautiful tissue paper, and she has little sequins, and even though they go everywhere, sometimes it's fun. It's like a little party in a box. So I really have been enjoying getting her things. So this was a box that I signed up for the whole year. So every month I'll be getting that. And I got it to try and build my knitting, like stitch stopper and just stitching notions, because I don't have a lot of it since I'm new to knitting. I also purchased this from Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala. This is the Cocoa Knits magnetic set, I guess you could say. So this is a tray. It's fully magnetic, or the dish, the tray, and the cup. And you can put your threads in here. You could put a pen, scissors, whatever you want. And all of this is magnetic and it doesn't fall. And even, I mean, the tray. So you could put your stitch stoppers on here and they would not fall off. So this is going to go next to my little area. I also purchased from Papier, and I don't remember if I showed this or not, so I'll just show it again. Some notebooks. I do want to start a knitting journal, and then I have my book of days for cross stitch, but I bought these and they're all, you can personalize them. So this one has my name on it. I did get a reading journal. This reading journal, it is all like has things in here. I did finish my book this weekend. The first time I saw him by Laura Dave. It was very good. And I'm on to the next book. This is just says notebook and then has my name on it. And this paper is, a lot of them I got the dot. I don't know if you can see that. And then this one just has my name. And then it's red and pink, and this is the one I got with dots. This one has lines in it. To use as my knitting notebook to track my knitting projects. So I need to put my nightlights in there and then put some of my other projects. But I've been on a journal kick, if you can't tell. And so that had all come in. All right, one more thing before I get to the giveaways, and this pertains to knitting, this to talk about, and then I have some happy mail, and I have the giveaways. So over the weekend, I was feeling well enough to attend the first annual, hopefully it'll be annual, Sun-Kissed Fiber Fest, and it was in Dover, Florida, which is over kind of near Plant City, Brandon-ish area, near Tampa. And so I made a few purchases there, and I wanted to share what I got. I was very excited to get to go. There was a ton of people. There was a ton of vendors. And from the turnout, I cannot see how they would not have it again next year. So if you live in Florida or anywhere around, check it out. It's called Sun-Kissed Fiber Festival. And so the first thing I got, this was from Queen City Yarn they're from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I purchased this to make the pressed flowers shawl. And this is something I have bought a lot of different kits or made kits up to make this shawl. I have yet to start it, but I love this shawl and I really want to start it. So this gray is called Blowing Rock, which is a place in North Carolina. It's actually, I've been there with friends. And then this is it's by it's called Lottie by Feederbrook Farm. And this color they said was a little brighter than their normal, but they had a sample knit up using a white fluff, and I didn't want to use the white fluff. I just wanted something plain, and so this I thought would really, this will be the flower part, and then this is the other part. That would be really pretty together. Then I bought this from 3 by the Sea, and I'm thinking I might there's a shawl called the Pink Panther. It's very simple. I'm thinking about holding the two of these together and making that. This is called Coral Reef. It's so pretty. And this is Blue Tang. It's very, very pretty color. But that would be a very easy knit. I also purchased from 3 by the Sea a few other things. This was their beach vacation sock set. And so I purchased this. I don't think I'm going to make socks with it. And I bought to go along with it, and I might need another one of the Surrey. We'll see what I end up deciding to make. But I bought another, this is Beach Hut. Was one of the colors in there. And then I bought the Beach Vacation in the Surrey. So some combination of this I would like to make into something. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's on my radar. And then they had some cute little stitch stoppers. The palm tree is for a gift. And then one more thing I bought, and this is to make something specific. This is called Pink Sea. This is Whimsy Stitches yarn. And then this white goes with it. And this is a fluffy sock from Swan City. It's very furry. So this is the main color. And then this creates an eyelet that goes with it. And so I'd like to, that's for something specific. So I think that, and so I just went over for the day. It was very fun. There was, like I said, a lot of people. Parcel Yarn was there, which I purchased from a trunk show from her before. I was trying to buy for a couple specific projects, and then just if there were like the 3 by the Sea things, I just loved their yarn, and it was really pretty. So that is the lowdown. All right, let me go show you the happy mail I got, and then I will announce the giveaway winners, and then I think that will be, and I have a couple giveaways too. And then that'll be today's episode, and then I'll be back next Monday. Hopefully with some stitching progress, and I will have my finished shawl, and I'll have that blocked and ready. So I received from my friend Christy Hines, who I love their floss tube. She sent me via Buttermilk Basin these charts that she has recharted, or she took the wool applique from Buttermilk Basin and then turned them into these. She model stitched them, and they sent them along for me to give away. So some of these will eventually be a giveaway, but I wanted to share them all with you. So this is gingerbread rolling pin, and you might have seen these on her channel as well. This is called Bake Stitch Towel and Bag. Super cute. Baking Spirits Bright on tin. And they have it on a muffin tin. This is Christmas Mixer Pillow or Pincushion with the KitchenAid mixer. Then this is Jolly Santa Mug and Tree. And Timeless Christmas Stitched Frames. And so this is a lot of charts in one. So thank you so much, Christy and Buttermilk Basin, for sharing these with me. And like I said, some of these I will keep to stitch, and then some I'll use as giveaways. So look out for that when we get to some Christmassy time, or when I feel like, because I am also supposed to be stitching Christmas all year long. I have not been in the mood to stitch on my Whip Go Christmas pieces. So for this month, I probably am not going to stitch on them, and that's okay. I'm just going to move on to the next month. I didn't really have a goal that I had to stitch on them. I would like to touch them all throughout the year, but with being sick and trying to work on my blessing sampler, that's kind of like fallen to the wayside, which is fine, and I'll just move on, and next month we'll see what numbers get picked. So that's kind of where I am on that. All right, so, I had already written the numbers on here. For the giveaway winners, if you are a winner, you need to send me an email at sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com with your name and address for me to send this to you. And if you can include what you won, that's helpful to me to be able to send it quicker. So the winners are as follows. For number 1, which was the little robin, the winner is Sean Winrich. Sean Winrich, congratulations. Number 2 was the Cross Stitch Antiques. The winner is Ann_craft all the things. Ann_craft all the things. Number 3, the winner is Annette Snyder. Annette Snyder. Number 4, which was the Make It Count by the whole kit and everything for hands-on design. The winner is Maria Angeloni. Maria Angeloni, number 4. Number 5 was the Needle Minder of the Month charts, July through December, and the winner is Christina Lindner. Christina Lindner. And the last one, the bundle up, the winner is Shauna Gage. Shauna Gage. So again, if you are one of the winners, if you can reach out with your name and address and what you won, I will get that in the mail to you. So for this week, I have a couple things. Let's see over here. What do we want to give away? Excuse me. All right. We will do these three. So if you would be interested in a giveaway, you need to be over 18. You need to like the video, be a subscriber, be a U.S. resident, and comment on the video. And you're going to use the numbers that I tell you for the things that you're interested in. So, number 1 is Garden of the Quilts by Lori Holt. Or Garden of Quilts. This is number 1. Number 2 is Farmyard Friends. This is number 2. And these are from Fat Quarter Shop. Number 3 is The Quilted Farm Girl. And this is number 3. And number 4 is this beautiful stitching case from Missy Lynn Co. This is number 4. So it opens up. It has lots of space. And this is number 4. So if you are interested in any of them, you need to do all of the things that I said. Also, do not use the word giveaway in your comment because that will attract people who are just coming to enter the giveaway. So just leave your comment with the number that you're interested in. And you can leave whatever comment. I don't have a specific question for today, but I hope that you guys have a great week. I know it's super snowy and cold in most of the United States. I hope that you have power still and you're able to get some stitching or knitting, quilting, whatever crafts you like to do in. And yeah, that's my week. So I'll be working on things, getting ready to go out of town next week. On Thursday is when I leave. And I have lots of stuff to do between now and then. But I will be back next Monday to announce the winners. If you are a winner of the giveaways I announced today, be sure to reach out. I'll get those in the mail as soon as I can. And until next Monday, I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.